Well, this morning I'm at my bolt hole at the Sunshine Coast, and I'm up here for a few days, and I'm going to go on a mystery tour this morning. I'm taking a mate, and he doesn't know where we're going. For anyone who's thinking of doing a mystery tour, they're a great idea because it gives a little bit of excitement both for the person you want to take and also yourself. It's like giving someone a present and not knowing how they're going to react. Well, I said to Peter I'd be at his place at 8 o'clock. I'm a little bit late, a few minutes late, so let's go and pick him up. Beautiful day today, so we're going to have some good weather, which is good. For your mystery tour, Peter?
I am, yes. I wasn't exactly sure what I should wear, but...
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, Pete, this is what we're going to do today. There you are, have a look at that. We're actually going to walk Buderim and follow the markers around to get a bit of an idea of what historic Buderim was all about.
Oh, okay.
So, Peter and I are following this Walk Buderim map as we walk around. This is the old post office, and it was a general store built in 1914. Right, so there's our first port of call, the little post office. Well, we're going to find point number 2 of interest, which should be just around the corner here. This is point number 2, Pete. So what are we looking at here?
The Kraus was the first engine used by the Buderim Palmwoods Tramway, 1914 to 1935.
Right, I wonder where they are. So this is the point 2.
Yes.
So I would have thought we would have seen something like a tram.
I think so.
But I can't see a tram. Okay. Well, there we are. We can't see the tram. So what we're finding is that as we're coming around, they've got the little plaques. For example, this one down here. This is the anonymous sawmill. So this guy who started the sawmill in 1915, he sold it and then went off to World War One. And when he returned, he rebought the sawmill. But of course, there's nothing here now. What a shame. There's nothing here now to show that. It's just progress, I suppose, and shops. Just indicating that the point rather than the actual building. So even though we're seeing this here as number 4 on the map, and we found it, this was in fact where the sugar mill company mill was first financed by James Campbell, and it was used for crushing sugar back in 1880. The mill was closed by the mortgagee in 1885, so only 5 years later. Number 5, and here we are at the Buderim Palmwoods Tramway Terminus. No trams here today though. Built in 1913, 1914. The terminus included a storage shed and an engine shed. Tramway operated between Palmwoods and Buderim from 1914 to 1935 and cost £35,370 for a length of 7 miles. Passengers paid 2 shillings 6 each way. Now we find a block of toilets and nice little park. And what's this, Pete? What do you think that is over there? Okay, let's go and have a look at the memorial gate. So obviously timber doesn't last, and this was the memorial gate.
Looks like it needs a little bit of renovation.
TLC, yeah. So this is point 7 on our walkabout, and this is the Buderim Mountain School that was established in 1875 and replaced in 1886 with new buildings at the present school site. Well, it's certainly grown.
And we weren't going to find the original building.
No.
It's been replaced.
like most things, I think everything's been replaced here.
Those trees were planted in the year of my birth.
Oh,
The year,
1946.
1946.
Wow.
The palm trees, the pine trees.
So it has special significance for you, Peter.
Yes.
So this is point 8 on our little walk, and what this used to be, this was purchased in 1907 by a guy called Sion Singh, and he bought 10 acres at this site, and he built a residence and a corner store and established a farm. He supplied fruit and vegetables to the local community. So we're at 2 Main Street up in Buderim. I think this is it, Pete.
So it would have been a market garden.
Yes.
Typical.
Providing fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, we're at point number 9, and this was a here, as you can see, it says the Methodist Church. So it was built in 1907, but this building obviously wasn't. Little op shop around the corner here. Good morning.
Morning.
The entrance used to be the other direction.
Okay, so it came from the other side.
Yeah.
So
Okay, and this, what you think this?
it looks like it's been added to the
Oh yeah, yep, that was added too.
Yeah.
If you go around to the other street side, you'll probably get a better view.
All right, thank you so much for your help.
Part of the roof there,
Yes,
and that part of the roof there looked to be of the same vintage.
yes.
This looks as though it's been an addition where the roof has been raised
Right,
and opened the church up a bit more, I think.
right. But you know, to me, it's carrying through that chamfer board,
Yep.
and that looks like an entrance to a church, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
sure does.
yeah. This is the Buderim Village Park, and what attracted me across the road to this, even though it wasn't on our walking itinerary, was the view out to the ocean there. Let's have a little look around. Well, you can see from the view just how pretty it is up here. So we're now looking back down onto the Sunshine Coast, and that's probably Caloundra over there, I would think. So this is point number 10, and it's the Buderim School of Arts. It was built, when was it built? It was built in 1885, but the building's been replaced. So Pete, what's your story? What's your connection?
Oh, I saw the Oriana Choir perform here a few years ago. They're a choir that's based on the Sunshine Coast, but they're probably one of the leading choirs in Australia.
Well, this is number 11 on our walking tour, and this is the Buderim War Memorial Hall and Library. And this one was, well, the original library was in 1887, but it moved to its present site in 1924. So this is where the first ginger factory was established, and in 1941, and then moved in 1943 to where we're parked at the Woolies site, Pete. This is Middy's, and I don't see a plaque here, Pete, but what do they say about Middy's? Middy's was a general store. It looks like it's sort of a little shopping centre now. Well, this is number 16, and this is Pioneer Cottage, and it's one of the oldest surviving houses in Buderim. And look at the old slab. Look at the old slab building here, Pete.
Yes. You know anything about Pioneer Cottage?
No, no. Do you mind if I have the video on?
No, not at all. 140 years old. It's
Burnett's,
yeah,
right?
They had 8 children in this house, hence
the need to go upstairs and create 2 new bedrooms in the loft.
Right.
And there were 2 generations of the family lived here, and then it sort of fell into rack and ruin. It was purchased at auctions for £500 by a single female school teacher who could see the potential in the place. She rented it for a while, but then she donated and gifted it to the Buderim community. So while we have a historical society, we don't have ownership of the cottage or the house next door.
Right.
It belongs, or it's held in trust by the BWMCA, which was the Buderim War Memorial Citizens Association.
Right.
So they hold, they're custodians of the buildings. The lady that donated the cottage here, she was allowed to build a house next door on a separate block. That ugly red brick house there was hers, or I find it quite ugly.
It is when you look appreciate the older homes.
Yeah, but where we, in terms of, it's an educational resource centre. Our curator operates out of there, and we have a general meeting room which we let to the public as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful building, and if you're available to come inside at some stage, it's open 6 days a week from 11 till 3. So
we saw that, yes.
it's
okay.
worth visiting, it really is. The people that come here, you know, they talk about it in glowing terms.
Well,
just because it's our building.
And you wouldn't know it was here unless you had something like this Buderim walk.
Yeah,
and we're thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah. Well,
Look, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your information.
Okay, catch you later.
Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. Look at this. Look at the old grinding machine.
And its child.
And the wheelbarrow, Pete. Have a look at the wheelbarrow. Oh.
Very good.
Cast iron evaporating pan.
Wow.
And it was used for several years from 1876 in the sugar mill. I like the way they've labelled the plants around the garden. Yeah. We're going to stop for a cup of coffee here at Fonzie Abbott. Cafe 65. What do you think about mystery tours? Do you like them?
Mystery tours are good, and
Yeah, okay.
and this one's been really interesting because I've driven through Buderim quite a few times, and it was sort of surprising to see you're driving past all these modern shops and stuff, but behind them is all that history, and that's what opened my eyes today. Even though some of the things weren't there anymore, the little plaque that talked about them made you visualise what it would have been like in those days 100 years ago. Whereas today the traffic's very heavy and that. I imagine it would have been a much more leisurely existence in the town. No doubt there's a lot of work going on, but there would have been not as much rush and bustle as there is today, I suppose.
And mystery tours, what's your thought on, would you Brian's mystery tours? You ready to come on another one sometime?
Oh, yes I am. I've got one planned for you as well, so...
Okay, so I've got you thinking about mystery tours now.
Yes.
Okay. I think what I like about mystery tours, Pete, is that it gives me a little bit of excitement to know that you don't know what you're going to expect. It's like giving someone a present and you don't know how they're going to react to it. But also too, sometimes, you know, if you've got friends or you've got your partner or you've got children and you want to you just want to go out for the morning, or there's something you want to see or want to do, and you suggest to them, oh, let's go and do such and such, and they go, oh no, we don't really feel like doing that. But if it's a mystery tour, then there's a sense of excitement, but there's no backing out really either. So, but I think the message I'd have for anyone is, if they're doing mystery tours, I think they're fantastic. But I think that make sure you do a good one first, because if you don't do a good one first, you might be in trouble when you suggest a mystery tour for the second or third time. So there should be some sort of treat in it, and I guess for us, the treats maybe just to, at the end of the day, to sit down and have a cup of coffee and a muffin. But anyway, but just enjoying each other's company as we had a look at Buderim.
Yes, it was really good.